So I don't know what else we can do for him because history seems to suggest that he's going to go to state ISF. He's going to get released. Something's going to happen. He's not going to take his meds. He's not going to go to Center for Healthcare Services. And then we're going to be back here again.
I've been going to Center for Healthcare before I picked up the offense. I can do this, Your Honor. I'm begging, please, man. I will do whatever it takes. I'm not giving excuses for before. I'm not giving excuses now. Your Honor, please. I've never been to prison before. I'm scared beyond my belief, man.
No, I mean, I know everybody is scared. Nobody wants. All right, court is calling 2021 CR 5546, State of Texas versus Jonathan Dash. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris Sademan.
Defense?
Trey Maurer for Mr. Dash.
And are you Mr. Dash?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Jonathan David Dash who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 5546 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on July 26, 2021 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
On or about the 18th day of August 2024 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Jonathan David Dash did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the supervision officer. In violation of condition number 2, state waives the remaining violation allegation.
To violation of condition number 2, how do you plead? True or not true?
I plead true, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I have some, I'd like to offer some argument on behalf of why that is true, but kind of some reasoning behind it, if you would like me to reserve that for later or discuss it
Yes.
now.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, any objections to the state's waivers?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor, to follow the supervision officer's recommendation, call to an amendment for state ISF.
All right. So why should I follow this? Because in his history, this is not his first motion to revoke. And I previously ordered felony drug court. And then I ordered ISF. So has he been to ISF before?
He has been to ISF, Your Honor, and he did complete it successfully. The reason we are asking for ISF again is because Mr. Dash, from my conversation with him, is in desperate need of mental health treatment. Even currently in the Bexar County Jail, he's supposed to be getting 5 mental health medications, different medications. He's only receiving 1. He recognizes, that he's made mistakes leading up to this point. I have a letter written by Mr. Dash that I can tender to the court that Mr. Edelman has seen already. As discussed previously, we obviously did an MTR in June where you continued him. After that happened, he was doing okay for a little bit and then had another mental health crisis. His phone was stolen and his medication was stolen out of his bag. So that was kind of compounded on everything. He was, his entire bag was stolen. So including his phone and medication. So that kind of compounded on everything. He wasn't able to take his medications. And then again, not having a phone made it difficult for him to report.
But I just don't know what to do with him because I ordered Center for Healthcare Services. He's supposed to be going to Center for Healthcare Services. And even when people lose their bags, if you had been going to Center for Healthcare Services, you should know I need to go to Center for Healthcare Services or I need to report to probation.
I was on the street, Your Honor. I apologize. My mental health has been getting worse as the years go on. I didn't recognize it. My wife did. That's why I got displaced from my home after a couple months. Your Honor, I'm putting myself on the mercy of the court. I've been on probation before, like a long time ago. I can do this. I just need mental health meds put correctly.
But see,
Your Honor, please.
here's the court's problem. I don't think you've been doing it. And I tried to work with you because 2021, he was placed on deferred adjudication. And I ordered felony drug court. I ordered no contact with the church. And then After that, he picked up another MTR. That MTR was withdrawn. I altered amended conditions to include state ISF. And then there was another no contact with someone else. And then he had another MTR. And before that MTR, there was a miscommunication with the ISF. So it was reordered again. So then we come back in June of 2024. He picks up a new offense. I denied the motion to revoke, alternate amended conditions for ISP, the MIC, the UA hotline, sober meetings. I just don't think there's anything else that can be done.
Begging, putting myself on the mercy of the court. I just need my mental health next man.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but what you're saying to me is what you said to me the previous two times when there was a motion to revoke filed.
But I only have one motion to revoke, Your Honor. This is,
And I just don't know what to do.
Your Honor, there's, I think from discussing with probation, it seems like state ISF is the, I guess, only kind of inpatient facility. You know, he's asked me if there's some sort of psych ward that he could attend to, somewhere where the whole focus is mental health treatment.
And the problem is I can't keep him in state ISF for the duration of his probation. So I don't know what else we can do for him because history seems to suggest that he's going to go to state ISF. He's going to get released. Something's going to happen. He's not going to take his meds. He's not going to go to Center for Healthcare Services. And then we're going to be back here again.
I've been going to Center for Healthcare before I picked up the offense. I can do this, Your Honor. I'm begging, please, ma'am. I will do whatever it takes. You know, I'm not giving excuses for before. I'm not giving excuses now. Your Honor, please. I've never been to prison before. I'm scared beyond my belief, man.
No, I mean, I know everybody's scared. Nobody wants to go to prison, but my problem is you haven't been doing what you're supposed to be doing.
It's because I did not realize my mental health was getting what it was, and I didn't realize I've been on my psych meds for so long before I could do the court. I didn't realize my mental health was slipping. My
All
wife
right, any
realized it.
objection to the court reading the court summary?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, this is what it says in the court summary. Probationer completed DDRF in May of 2022 and ISF cognitive substance abuse program in March of 2024. Since his discharge from ISF, he has decided not to report to probation as directed, and his whereabouts are unknown. Based on this information, it will be recommended the probationer return to state ISF once again in hopes he will gain the tools and motivation needed to not only be successful in probation, but to become a productive member of this community. Yeah, so they're saying that you just get released and then you just don't do anything.
It's not the case. The only time I was reporting until my bags got stolen after I had been put on the street by my wife. That's after almost 2 months of being out after the thing. Please, Your Honor, I can do this no matter what.
Your Honor, if I may, just ask the court if we can, I understand, you know, your reservations with him having done ISF before. If, you know, he can get another opportunity at it, hopefully his medications can be adjusted so he's on the correct dose while he's there. And then again, when he's out, if he's on the correct dose, you know, I know Mr. Dash is confident he can complete everything correctly. I think, you know, ultimately all these issues stem from his mental health issues and, you know, not being on the correct medication.
All right, and could I have a trial court certification, please?
I'll get it. All right.
May I speak, Your Honor?
Yes.
This is the main issue is that in jail, they only give me one of my 5 medications. ISF don't give me one of my 5 medications. I thought I was doing okay when I first got out. I did 45 days of the 90 days, 90 classes at Club 12, which was one of the things that was in my bag when it got stolen. I did not realize I was slipping. The minute my phone got stolen, the minute I was out on the street from darting with my wife, so I started having issues. I called her. I didn't know that I was being looked at until a neighbor told me that the police had came by my old residence. I called the probation officer. She asked me what's going on, asked me where I was at. I told her Weston Blanco on the street. I told her what the situation was. She told me to come in and I needed a ride from my wife. She said she's gonna come get me. We had miscommunications or whatever. Either way it goes, that she didn't show up, even though I called the probation officer. And we leave messages on her answering machine. Once again, still not making excuses. I should have tried harder than the police. I can do this.
Okay,
I can-
all right, if you could sign the trial court certification, please.
Your Honor, may I offer the board this letter that was written by
Yes.
Mr. Dash that may also provide some more context?
Thank you. All right. Mr. Dash, I understand your mental health issues that you're telling me about. I just don't think that probation is a good fit for you. We've done, whereas the court has given you all of the chances, all of the conditions, and it historically, what happens is you're released from custody, and once you're released from custody, you're okay for a month, and then you just disappear, and then everyone has to fine you. This is what the court is going to do. Court is finding violation of condition number 2 true. The court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. The court will request the therapeutic community. The court will give you credit for any time completed in ISF and any time completed in DDRF. And you can explain that to your client, how much time he has. Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal, Mr. Dash?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a limited right to appeal, and that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. And I will recommend for you the therapeutic community. And Mr. Dash, I did take into we can go off the record. I did take into consideration that this is a drug case. I did take into consideration that you have mental health issues. That is why I'm giving you credit for any time that's been spent in ISF, and any time that's been spent in DDRF, and any time that you've been in custody. And the clerk will be able to give you the amount of that time, counsel. Is there anything else?
Nothing from the bench, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Could you just hold him for a minute so he can let him know how much time he has in?